Let's take a look at the Jordan Jonas card, version 2. Jordan Jonas is a survival expert in the winner of season 6 of the Alone show. He is also one of only 2 people to have 2 signature cards. Like all the Grimm cards, this is small enough to fit in the credit card slot of your wallet or a personal survival tin. This white backer is removable and the backside is permanently adhesive, so you can stick this to an object and it's going to be there when you need it. All the tools come out, and the first time they come out, you can see here there is a small metal tab, and that tab breaks pretty easy. So then all the tools are going to be completely usable. And then when you're done with them, the card features a tool retention system. Just give it a press, and it's there till you need it next time. So when you look at Jordan's card, you can see definitely the most dominant feature is going to be this net shuttle along the top. A netting shuttle is going to help you make a net in the wilderness, and that's going to be great for fishing, but you can also catch small game with a net like this. And this is a different style netting needle than the previous card had, and I have never used this style netting needle before. So this would be pretty darn hard to make in the woods. But if you look inside, there's a couple other hidden features. So the first thing, dead center middle, we see that there is a spinner lure. So beside the spinner, there are 3 small circles, and that was requested by Jordan. That's going to give you extra weight, and that's also going to help you tie a hook to some of the lures. So moving down the card, we can see there's an arrowhead. Here's the arrowhead, and you can see it's got serrations on the side. And this also has a larger base, so this is going to be pretty easy to tie onto an arrow shaft or an atlatl foreshaft. So below the spinner, we can see a more traditional spoon-shaped fishing lure. So the spoon has Jordan's logo on it, and that's a nice small to medium-sized spoon. This would work great in the types of waters that I fish in the most. Now to go with that spoon and spinner, we have 4 medium-sized long-shanked hooks. Here's the long-shanked barbed hook, and you can see it's got an oversized eye that Grimm puts on their hooks. And this is going to work great for non-standard fishing line. So if you're using inner strands of paracord or any type of natural fiber, this hook is going to work out wonderfully. We also have a small as well as a medium needle. So a needle this size is about perfect for repairing man-made gear. So any type of nylon, if you're repairing your sleeping bag or a hammock, or repairing a down jacket or vest, this is going to be about ideal. And I love the fact that there's 2 of them. Something small like this is pretty easy to either break if you were to misuse it, or to lose the thing altogether. So to keep you from abusing those fine needles, there's a stitching awl on the card as well. So I love this awl design. You can use this similar to a key. And it's got a big enough hole where you could put a lanyard to this so you can have it attached to your hand. So we can see that hole near the tip, and that's what makes this a stitching awl. So in addition to just boring holes, this is also going to help you sew things. So if you were to repair your leather knife sheath, or you were to make a leather knife sheath out of hide, making bark containers, any of those crafts, a awl like this is going to be great. The last 3 items on the card combine to make a split stick deadfall trap. There's our components out of the card and unassembled. Here's the same 3 components assembled. So this is going to be under tension of the weight of the deadfall, and then there's a tie-off point as well as a hook for your bait. And the animal is going to come and pull at the trigger, and at that point it's going to split, and the weight's going to fall and crush the animal. How is the Jordan Jonas version 2 card different than the original? I've got them right here side by side. So this is version 2, and this is version 1. So we can see the Paiute trap is exactly the same. We have the exact same long-shanked hooks. The netting needle is there. It's a different style on version 2.0. The version 1 is more the standard style that I'm familiar with. He has replaced a trap trigger with a spinner. So the awl is the same, just a little bit bigger on version 2. I like the bigger one better. So we lost a needle out of our netting shuttle, and we just moved it over here and actually gained one. So that was a small gain. Now the original had 2 extra hooks as well as a spinner. I've got a signature spoon in the middle. So they're very, very similar. You can tell it was not a drastic change of mind. It's just a small tweak from version 1 to version 2. The Jordan Jonas version 2 card is a great one to have with you in the woods. You've got food covered with the ability to make a net with this netting needle. You can catch fish, you can catch small game as well. As far as fishing, you have 4 long-shanked fishing hooks. You've got fishing weights, you've got a spinner, and you've got a spoon. If you're into hunting, an arrowhead like this is going to be a lot more durable than something that's easy to craft in the field. Trapping is going to be covered with this split stick deadfall trap. For crafting, you've got a great sewing awl as well as 2 fine needles. This is something that you're going to be absolutely thrilled to have with you in a bad situation. If you like to spend time in remote places but don't like to be weighed down in gear, the Jordan Jonas version 2 card is going to be a great one to have.